How about the playoffs? Let's go Islanders.
Dude, it's crazy. They're killing it. Montreal suffered a little setback, but they're being a surprise as well, huh?
They are. Honestly, I didn't think the Jets were going to get swept. I knew Montreal could have won, but I didn't think a sweep. But outside of that, my predictions were my predictions not 100% on. I said Tampa would win. I said the Islanders would go. I think I said Vegas would beat Colorado as well. Or did I say Colorado was going to win?
I can't remember, but I really thought the Avs were going to pull it together this year. I thought wrong, but
I couldn't believe it. They choked so hard.
It's bizarre to me to see like I did not predict Canadians and Islanders, not at all. Never thought it once that they would. Just had no faith. But
I'll do you a bigger Cup final prediction. The Islanders are going to beat Tampa. They're going to win the Cup in 6.
Okay.
No, 5.
Dude,
they're going to win in 5. Islanders in 5.
At this point, it just feels like they're unstoppable. Vegas is going to be hard to beat. I don't know. I have a feeling Vegas is going to take it. But, you never know with hockey. But the Avs, the way they came back there and just took over. I mean, essentially they shut down McKinnon, which is not an easy task.
I don't get it, man. They went from spanking them 7-1 in game 1. Man. Everybody's acting like, oh, this is going to be another sweep. And then they lose 4 straight. Oh, man, come on.
They went 6-0 and then all of a sudden 4 straight. That was impressive, the way that they did that. I mean, that's not easy. Obviously, you lose someone 7-1. Props to them. It's going to be an exciting final here.
I just want to say to any of the Vegas fans, I'm really sorry. I hate your team, and I hate your goalie even more. Go Montreal.
My prediction from this point is Vegas. You're predicting the Islanders. I'm predicting Vegas.
You say Vegas. Okay, Vegas. Are they going to play Tampa or the Islanders in the final?
I think they're going to play the Islanders.
How many games are they going to win?
Stanley Cup, Vegas Islanders. I think 6 games.
Islanders in 5. Let's go.
Okay.
Also, speaking of the Canadian divisions, Pat and I talked about this a little bit on FaceTime last week, but the Canadian government is allowing NHL teams to cross the border now. And a lot of people, it seemed like from the States, had no idea what I was talking about. And let me just explain this for a second. So the U.S.-Canada border has been closed for well over a year now. If you want to drive over the border, you can't drive over the land border, unless you are quote-unquote essential. So if you're like a truck driver or something of that nature. If you want to fly, though, you've been allowed to fly back and forth. It's fine. But since 2021 began, when you come back into Canada, or if you come into Canada, period, you have to provide a negative COVID test for when you leave for your flight. You have to take one when you get into Canada. You have to pay for these tests too, by the way. And then when you come into the country, you have to pay for a quarantine hotel, which is, and I'm not kidding, if you're from the U.S., you probably think I'm crazy, $3,000 for up to 3 days in this hotel while they process your tests and whatnot. And you literally can't, like the police guard the hotel, you can't leave until they allow you to leave. So you have to spend $3,000. You get all these tests, you got to pay for your test. And then when you get all these tests back and they're all negative, you still have to go home and quarantine for another 10 or 11 days at your home. And if they show up and you're not home, they will then give you a nice ticket. If you opt to not quarantine at the hotel, they give you a $5,000 ticket. And the reason I bring this up is because now, because of the series, they're allowed to go back and forth. And realistically, they're only going to be coming once or twice. One time into Montreal, potentially for Game 6. Not really that big of a deal. It's just, if you're playing in the KHL, in the Swedish Elite League, or if you're like me and you're playing one of like the minor leagues or the lower level leagues, everybody has to come back and pay that $3,000 right now for that quarantine. Right? Like, it blows my mind.
That's bizarre. That's weird.
The entire NHL team, they can come and go, they can go practice, they can go do, and yeah, I get it. They're wearing their mask or whatever, they're going to the hotel and all that stuff. But I got to pay $3,000 plus my flight if I want to come home. They don't. Just baffled me.
Meanwhile, we're here. We got masks off. We're living normal lives.
I quit my job last month to pursue this biz. big balls, bitch, I run this shit. Word to the wise, I'm a G, you don't know me. I just tripled last month in this whole week. Double time.